The symposium today is about early engagement with the community and the region on the prison here in Wrexham as the work begins on the construction, and that's exactly what the event is focusing on here today. The event today is about partnership, on how we can all work together to make sure that we can collectively support the skills opportunities the construction phase of this project will bring, and ultimately leave a lasting legacy for the local community here in Wrexham and for the wider region as well.
Now, investing in our prison estate is central to reducing the cost of our prisons. We also want to make sure that our prisons are fit for purpose and provide the right conditions and facilities to give the best opportunity to rehabilitate offenders. And the new prison here in Wrexham is at the heart of achieving those aims. We know that holding offenders closer to their family and local communities is an important factor in reducing reoffending. Now, as so many of you here today, I had the opportunity to visit the site earlier this morning, as Ewan mentioned, and it's terrific to see some serious construction work underway. It's hard to believe the scale of the site. This provides a visible demonstration that the prison is well underway and on track to be opened in 2017. In addition to the benefits the prison will have for offenders and their families, this investment will bring significant economic and community benefits to the local area. Now, Lend-Lease has made encouraging commitments relating to the regional community. They've committed to spending significant proportions of capital and of revenue contracting local businesses, and to work with local businesses to help them improve their skills base and in their capacity in tendering for the contracts. Already £1.1 million worth of expenditure has been assigned to local businesses, which is above the expected target so early on at this phase. And currently, 80% of those employed in relation to the site are from the local area.
I'm really clear that this project isn't just about opening a new prison. It's so much more than that. It's about us becoming a long-term part of this community, working with the community to make it safer. And prisoners need their communities if they are to resettle, rehabilitate and turn their backs on crime. There are some fantastic opportunities for Wrexham and North Wales which we want to make sure are fully utilised. And the partnership working that you see here today and all the work that we're doing behind the scenes is reinforcing that. So the new prison in Wrexham will enable offenders from this area to be held closer to home. The prison will be a resettlement prison, and offenders who do have to serve their sentences further away because they have particular needs will be brought back to this prison within the last 12 weeks of their sentence. It also means that they will be held in an environment where the Welsh language and culture are maintained. It's our intention that the prison be as absolutely bilingual as it's possible to be. We want to help offenders to become responsible and engaged members of the community, but we cannot do this alone. And we know that by working with partners outside of the criminal justice system, such as the Health Board, Social Services, the Regional Economic Ambition Board, education and training providers, we're far more likely not just to reduce reoffending, but also to see a reduction in pressures on other public services. But I also want to reassure you that there will be more opportunities to come. Running a prison is a complex business, and there's a lot of interesting work involved in working with offenders in a custodial setting. And so there will be opportunities down the line when the prison becomes operational. Our goal is for this prison to be the flagship for the rest of the country, England to emulate. And we're going to do everything that we can to achieve that, using the best of what we know as we move forward.
And I think the next 10 years certainly is going to be a very, very important period in the economy here in North Wales. Traditionally, we have been lagging behind. If you look at indicators such as GDP, the GDP of North Wales is well below the UK average, 78% of the UK average. But there are major opportunities over the next 10 years. There's a package of projects, strategic projects in the pipeline that has the potential to transform the regional economy and improve GDP and improve the opportunities for young people in particular across North Wales. part of those portfolio of projects is the new prison development here in Wrexham. So these are really ambitious projects for the region, but to optimise their impact and to make sure that the beneficiaries of these projects are the people and the businesses of North Wales. All the stakeholders have to work together and making sure that any investment moving into the region supports these type of transformational projects, especially the prison development that obviously is so important for the future of the economy.
I'm immensely proud to be working on this project. I've been working on a number of different projects, and this is a real opportunity to bring all the good and all the lessons learned that we've had over the last few years together into one project. And as Sarah has said, this is the goal. This is going to be the prison that everybody else measures against, and it's going to be in Wales. But things are happening on site. The fence is up, and we're starting to put the fence into place. And later on, in the next couple of months, foundations are starting to go down, and then you'll start to see the building coming up very, very quickly. So I'm really proud that we've got to where we are today. We've got 2 years to go for the first prisoner coming into the site, so we've got a lot of work to do. It's not all about just building, it also is about involving the local community and moving forward as something that's going to be there for a long time.
So running down the list, 100 apprenticeships, 500 work placements, 50% of the local workforce, the 30 million local spend, the 50 million SME spend, and the community days are all us trying to give back to the community. We're going to cause you disruption. We know we're bringing lots of vehicles in and out. Hopefully this will be a bit of payback for yourselves as we move through the next 2 years. The good news is at the end of 2014, we'd already spent, as you've heard, over £1 million in the local community. We've already spent 1.4 million on SMEs. We had 29 students from the local college, and we want to keep that going. So this is what I'm planning to do. We're putting on site a large building that's going to be an education academy, as we're calling it, a modular building with somebody in there to feed it. So the infrastructure's there. We've already got set up, and Rita's done a lot of hard work along with her committee members, getting into local schools, local colleges, so we can start paying back work placements. But what we really want to do is fill this with local people. But I want this place to buzz. I want people using it every day, getting use out of it, really driving the skills and giving people the ability to go back to the community. You know, we have the people, we have the knowledge, and we have the experience. What we need is someone to give that to.
But the thing about Lend Lease is that across the UK we deliver very high profile projects. Over the last 15 years we've helped over 15,000 people into construction jobs and end user jobs. And we've got an excellent track record of helping ex-offenders into work. But what we don't want to do, we're not coming here and saying, right, we do all of this stuff and this is how we're going to do it. Today is about how can we make this work for you? How can we link into the local infrastructure, the local partners, and work together to deliver this really, really exciting project.